Chad learns the truth, a mother's pain, and could you handle Jennifer Horton? All that and more. Let's dish.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I love this music so much. It literally lowers my blood pressure.
It's very soothing.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to DISHIN Days, AfterBuzz TV's weekly recap of NBC's Emmy Award-winning soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tami Goveia, and today, my buddy's here. My buddy.
It's the Goveia Mattis hour.
It's the Goveia Mattis hour.
Hang on to your hats. We'll see how this goes.
Yes, what is it? Fasten your seatbelts. It's going
Fasten
to
your
be
seatbelt.
a bumpy ride.
Mm-hmm.
Please make sure and follow all of the great soap block content shows that we've got going. We've got the GH Report and we've got the Restless Wrap-Up. Also, make sure and hop on over to iTunes. Give us a nice, beautiful comment.
Say good things. We like to hear good things.
Give us a 5-star rating.
Whether you mean them or not, say good things. We don't know.
You too could possibly become
Fan of the Week.
Woohoo! Follow us across all social media platforms. You can follow us on Twitter at _DISHIN Days, and of course on Facebook and Insta at DISHIN Days. Before we get into
go follow us, please.
Thoughts? Comments?
This week, as our friend Jen Lilly would say, I felt was the tits.
Oh, yes!
Which is a good thing for those who aren't in the lingo.
The effect of saying that isn't quite the same coming from you as it is.
Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that.
Coming from Little Miss Jen.
I'm quoting Jen Lilly.
Yes.
So no, it was a good week. We had some emotions were high, which always is good for some drama. We had some revelations going on, some things like, oh, that was him. And of course, we have the epic showdown on Friday that everybody in the chat room is already talking about. So we'll get to it. But yeah,
we will.
But yeah, it was a good week. Solid soap week.
Absolutely.
I would say. Yeah, I usually, I binge watch on the weekends, and I have my OCD. I usually do 3 episodes Saturday, 2 on Sunday. So it's fresh for today. So I know what I'm talking about. But Saturday, it was like one after the other, and I watched all 5 in a row.
I know, and it was that kind of week.
Yeah.
It was that kind of week. Because normally it kind of warms up.
Yeah.
Like Monday, but even Monday, I mean, it started out with a bang. A bang, bang,
bang,
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Fantastic. The drama, the writing, the acting.
It was all solid.
Spot on.
All solid, yeah.
So let's get to it.
Should we start? Let's start. DISHIN Days. I did it.
All right, so first order of drama is Abigail.
And is it drama? Is it ever?
Abby, Chad, Stephan, Gabby, and a little JJ in there.
So yeah.
Little JJ.
So where it ended off last week, Stephan entered the clinic.
He stormed the clinic.
Stormed into the clinic.
He didn't enter the clinic.
Should we just call it the office set? Like they use it for everything.
That's new. Is that a new set?
No, that's not a new set. They use that for every office. Okay. It's been like everybody's office. But yeah, that day it was the clinic. He stormed in because Gabby had said, "Oh, she's gonna go abort the pregnancy."
Accidentally.
Yeah, accidentally. Right. So he showed up and. She said, I'm keeping my baby.
Oh, good.
Ooh, I'm gonna keep my baby.
Okay. This is going to be a karaoke DISHIN Days.
I practiced that in the shower this morning. Because when she said that, I actually said that when she came out, she was like, I had that song in my head.
Well, anytime you could throw Madonna in, you
right. And I wonder if Ron, is a Madonna fan and threw that in. Because if so, kudos to you, Ron. Good taste, by the way. But yeah, so Abby did not go through with the abortion, much to Stephan's delight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough to watch this because they're all operating off false information. Like the baby's actually Chad's, and they're all operating as though is by the false information they were given.
And I loved her taking her stand.
She did. She was not she did not play a victim.
When he threw in her
Stephan.
face, what about my rights as a father? Boy, she lunged. I mean, her physical, her stance was. Let me talk to you about rights. And so that was.
She had a really strong
great.
line that I was kind of impressed that they threw this in. She had a line. It's in my notes. It was a very strong, and it was Abigail defending herself to Stephan and not playing the victim. And she's like, I don't think I'm going to go to hell for terminating a pregnancy that was a result of a rape.
Yeah.
And that's a hot button issue
Yeah.
in the pro-life, pro-choice,
Absolutely.
A pregnancy.
The circumstances of the pregnancy.
So I was really
yeah.
impressed that Days, kind of went there
Yeah.
with it. And that really showed how strong Abby was. She's like, I'm not going to go to hell for the, whatever.
Yeah.
So kudos to Marcy Miller for handling this material, because it can't be easy.
There were so many amazing moments, and then that moment when she says to Stephan, "How did you find out about this?" And he said, no pause, Gabby.
Yeah. Right under the bus.
Right. You saw that little twitch
Yeah.
in her face where you knew, oh, this is going to be a good showdown. This is going to be a really good showdown.
Yeah.
And just her going home.
And then telling
Oh
that
my
it was
God.
gut-wrenching. And
Because
then
you knew
Chad,
how excited he was going to be.
I know. And
knew that.
Chad has been struggling with this, with what happened. Even though he knows that Abigail was ill, she wasn't in her right mind when she did what she did with Stephan. And by the way, I'm with y'all about not seeing the flashbacks of Stephan and
enough
Abigail.
already.
We don't need to see it. We
Yeah,
know what
enough.
happened.
Like,
we don't need to keep seeing. I don't know if they just are putting him in to fill
We
time.
don't need that close-up of her. Like,
or what.
all right.
We're
done.
At first, I was like, all right, fine, they need to flashback. Now I'm like, no, we've seen it enough. We know what happened. We don't need to see it anymore.
I agree.
But Chad has been struggling with what happened, and even though he knows that it wasn't Abigail, it was still, he saw it with his own eyes.
I mean, it's a very
and it's
primal
traumatizing.
instinct.
Yeah.
I mean, this is your wife. This
And now
is
to
the
hear-
woman that you love.
Yeah.
And,
So he's having trouble separating
Yeah.
what's going on, and that all came out when she revealed that, oh, I'm pregnant with Stephan's baby, even though she's not. It kind of came out, and he had that moment where she was like, I went to abort it, and he's like, well, why didn't you? And then I was like,
that surprised me.
that surprised me too.
That surprised
and
me.
I
But I think it was in the moment. It was that very
yeah.
emotional in the moment. Let's just cut to the chase.
I had a moment
Make this go away.
during that episode and during those scenes. I was like, I'm not on Chad's side and I'm not on Stephan's side right now. Like, poor Abigail. Like, I don't know who to root for between the two of them. By the end of the episode, though, Chad finally he got very emotional and was crying, and then it's like he is in a tough, an impossible situation.
impossible
except for
situation.
Stephan, he's just a dick.
And let me
Pardon my language.
Let me be
He's
clear.
solid.
But listen,
Sorry. Mm-hmm.
so when he storms the clinic, and is like rah rah rah, he got really emotional. I mean, there were tears in his eyes, and I will be honest, I was softening.
I wasn't.
I was softening.
I wasn't.
I'm thinking he's feeling it. These are real
He may be
emotions for
feeling-
him. These
Sorry.
are real emotions for him. And okay, I was softened. But when he walked into the bar. Let's buy Chad a drink. No, let's buy everyone here a drink. I felt so like, how could you do this?
Yeah.
You had me softening for you. How could you do this? You turn, oh, good.
See, I did not have that. When he was getting emotional, I was like, you know
were
what?
having none of
You're a jerk. I don't feel like
Never
I
again,
get
I can
you
tell
may
you
be
that
getting
much.
emotional. Your feelings may be legit, but I don't feel sorry for you. Plus, we know this isn't your baby anyway. So, and that was I think that was strategic on Days' part to have it kick off, like revealing that it's Chad's baby. Because without the audience knowing that, I think the reaction to this would be a lot stronger and a lot more negative than it
absolutely.
is. So they were smart to reveal that it's Chad's baby, and because eventually the truth will come out. We have to go through this period of manipulation and Gabby becoming evil Gabby.
Yes, she's just gobbling up all the revenge.
Or I had a name, I forgot.
She's gonna start drinking more.
I
pink
came up
martinis.
with a name for her, like Evil Gabby, and it was like, I can't remember it now. Came up with it last night, can't remember. Anyway, I like seeing Camila kind of explore this devious side of Gabby, and it's really interesting to see the transition of the character. Where she lost me was at the very end of the week. I think it was the Thursday, where she threw herself on Chad. When she was like,
I'm so
"Oh,
sorry,"
poor-"
and then she puts her head on his shoulder
I was
and
like,
smiled.
I was like, no, we went through Chad and Gabby once before, and it was not, no, please. Like, I feel like that's where it's going. I'll give it a chance, though.
And I had another, that Chloe moment when Stephan walks into the bar and he goes up to Chloe and, the congratulations are in order. Oh, really? And she says, why? Why are we congratulating? What's going on?
Right.
And it was one of those moments, and I thought of you and Tony of, Oh gosh, he's telling Chloe,
Spilling the tea.
So he's spilling the tea. So it'll be all over Salem in a matter of seconds. So that made me laugh.
I like it. It made me laugh that when Chad and Stephan were like wailing on each other, everyone was just kind of like.
I know.
And
she took long enough for Chloe to break them up.
One of those
it's like, girl, this is your place of business. Get in there.
You want to watch it, but then you also have a responsibility to break it up.
Yeah, she looked too pretty.
Yeah. So high emotions, and then they had a little confrontation outside. And
do you think Chad was appealing to Stephan when they went outside and he was talking about, you don't know what it's like to be, I'm a father, you don't understand what it's like to be a father? Do you think that was an honest appeal to Stephan to just try to back down a little bit?
Maybe.
Because even Stephan said, oh, yeah, that was good. That was good, Chad.
I think No.
No.
I think he was trying to manipulate.
Okay.
No, he hates
He's not
Stephan.
going to let his guard down.
No,
He's not
absolutely
gonna
not.
let his guard
Who would you?
I did. I'm such a sucker.
There was also something I noticed about it was the scene with Stephan and Gabby. I keep wanting to call him Stephan. His name's Stephan. Stephan and Gabby. Vivian's photo, and I've noticed this in a couple scenes with Stephan.
Okay.
Vivian's photo is prominently featured like over Stephan's shoulder, and I'm wondering if that's
like on the desk
intentional
behind him?
on the fireplace mantle.
On the fireplace, okay.
And you see Vivian, and you have this reminder of Vivian, and I'm wondering if that's intentional for some reason.
Well, he's got Mama looking over one shoulder, and then he's
Maybe.
got Daddy.
He's got Daddy because they always manage to put the Stefano portrait in the shot too.
Of course.
Because Stefano always has to have a presence in that
Yes.
living room. It kind of ended with Abigail's alone, kind of. Chad left, and did he come? I can't remember. Did he eventually come home?
She sent him a text
saying,
it's
"Are
late,
you coming home?"
It's late. Are you coming home?
But we didn't actually see him.
We didn't actually see him come home.
Okay.
But it really did break my heart that moment before he left the house, and he said, "I want to be able to tell you, it's going to be all right, but I can't." It's like,
yeah. So we're Chabby supporters. We want them to be.
Of course.
I don't know
how he's going to find that in him.
There's still a cop. So Gabby burned the.
Was that the real test results?
That's what I'm saying. Did we see another copy anywhere, or is that another copy exist? Because that's how I feel would be the way it comes out. Someone finds them, but maybe there's. I don't know.
I don't know what else she'd be burning.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it. That was it.
So that's that. And they had a moment. Gabby and JJ had a conversation.
Yeah.
And it's.
But you know what? I'm tired of hearing her story. I'm gonna say it. Like we get it.
Again, like with the flashback, we don't need it. We don't need it rehashed
let's just
again.
move. We get you're on the revenge kick. It's done.
Right.
Let's just move on.
But JJ and Gabby had that scene, and I'm like, just put them together.
I know.
They're cute.
I always like
they
them
have
together.
that rapport. She saved him from suicide.
You don't think Gabby's gonna make a play for Chad? Do you?
That's what I'm saying.
Now that
I
he's
don't.
uber vulnerable, and
That's where I feel like that. That's where I feel like they're going, and I don't want them to go there because we went through Chad and Gabby. We went through Chad and Gabby once before.
Right.
Nobody was receptive to it. It's Chad and Abby. And I know, soap couples have to go through their turmoil to get together. Trials and tribulations to get together. Otherwise, there'd be no show. But the fact that they've explored that before and it wasn't well recepted, I don't go there again. So hopefully, let's watch it play out. And
Gabby's
whatnot.
such a good liar. When Stephan was all in her face saying, "Come on, let's just be real. This wasn't an accident. You gave me the results on purpose." She's a good liar.
Yeah.
I had to give it to her. There wasn't a beat. There wasn't anything in her
Well,
eyes or anything.
He would know, right? What do they say?
Keep your enemies closer?
No, it's like liars know other liars.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's a phrase, I can't think of it right now. I'm not going to waste time trying to think about it. We will move on.
To the next bit of drama.
The next bit of drama, Sierra and Ben and Claire and Trip and Hope and Rafe with a touch of with a touch of Ted.
Yes.
My first
Ted
thought,
was all over the place this
I
week.
love the fact that Sierra rolled up with a lawyer and was like, "I hired him."
I didn't even see that coming.
I didn't really see that coming
idea.
either. And when Ted was like, "I'm $600 an hour," my first thought was, where's she getting this money?
Right.
I wasn't aware that
Now
there was
there's this
a
hidden
trust fund
from
and
Daddy.
I don't know if that was.
Was that from Dad?
I think she
From
said
Bo?
Grandpa, or maybe I don't know. If, I feel like I remember Grandpa.
Okay.
So maybe it was
When she
from
said trust fund, I was like, what?
trust fund from Frank Parker. That's not his character's name. Grandpa Brady.
Okay.
Or maybe it was from Bo. I don't know if that was ever established before.
Right.
I don't remember hearing about Ciara being a trust fund baby. I don't know if this was just a convenient creation.
Right.
So you fans out there that know A to Z, let us know.
Yes.
Was there
Or James Lott Jr. If you
or
got
James
any,
Lott Jr. if you're
any
watching
bit of history, if you're
the
watching.
trust fund? Aha. I love our chat room because we ask a question and we get an
Yay.
answer.
What'd they
It's
say?
from Victor. Victor's-
Kyriakis?
Yeah, because he's her grandpa. Actually, I forgot about that. Victor's Bo's father. So yeah, the trust fund's
right.
from Victor, and now it was also established that, and I don't know if her age has ever been established, that Ciara is now over 21.
Okay.
Because she got the trust fund when she was 21.
Okay.
So she got Ted in there, and Ted was like, "Do you have any hard evidence linking Ben to the fire?" And they're like, no." So he's like, "Okay, well he's leaving," and Ben was like,
Bye.
And poor thing, like he was like, "I have nowhere to go," and Ted was
Do
like,
not. If you could have seen my reaction to him pulling out his little blankie on the park bench, I was just in tears. Oh my God, that just
give him a
crushed
room.
me.
Someone give him a
That
room.
I didn't even dawn on my brain that would happen.
And you know, I'm softening on Ted.
I have to say I like Evil Ted.
I'm softening on Ted.
I like
We'll get
Evil
to the
Ted.
other part because
Yeah.
he's like in like every storyline right now.
yeah.
He's like the token lawyer, which is good. I like that.
He's busy. He's going to be busy.
He's
in
busy.
Salem.
He's making his $600 an hour, like threefold. So, Kate, you know, he better be getting Kate some nice
Yeah.
jewelry. Anyway, but when they're in the park, when Ted and Ben are in the park, and Ben's like, "Oh, I have nowhere to stay," and Ted's like, "Don't look at me."
I know.
I was like, get your client, go to the Super 8.
Well,
It doesn't have to be nice. Just go to the Motel 6.
He's
Get
walking
in the
the fine
room.
line with Kate. If she finds out,
True,
he's
which-
giving
which he
housing
did.
to Mr. Ben, but, like going a
Yeah.
step further and giving him a place to stay, and he's got to
Yeah.
walk a fine line with Miss Kate because he's
Right.
already been slapped. Third time.
I thought we were done with the slapping.
But then we
that,
had...
That made me laugh.
We had Ciara coming home, and can I just say I love Tripp's hair? Like
Trip
right?
looked good this
they
week.
They finally
Oh my
degreased
God.
him.
I was like glue. I was like,
Right.
I wanted the caption that, and I may do this in another. I wanted the caption that to be like, "Trip looked good this week. Give us your best pickup line," or something like that. I may do that
He
later.
looked great.
But I didn't. But yeah, he looked like with his hair like a little messed
Disheveled.
up, and in
Yes.
his nice,
Yeah.
well-fitted t-shirt.
That sparkling look, yes.
He looked like a man. Like, I don't know.
You know, I thought the same thing.
It made such a difference.
He looked
that
older
subtle,
and more manly and
mature.
Yeah. Someone that could actually rival.
And maybe that's
Ben.
why they did it. Maybe that's like, we
Maybe.
need to change up your look, son, because you're going
Yeah.
up against Pretty
Yeah,
McPretty.
you gotta man up physically. Pretty pretty.
Because he's pretty. He pretty. So, and then we had at the end of the week, which everybody was talking about. They promoted it last week. And they waited until Friday to give it to us. But Eve came face to face with Ben in the
Yeah.
park, and this is the man that killed her daughter.
And I wasn't sure how that was going to roll out.
Mm-hmm.
Like how that first moment, how were they going to what were they going to create? What was
Yeah.
that going to be? And
Well-
so when he's asleep on the bench and she's like, "Get off the bench, I need it."
Yeah.
And then he turned around and it started that way.
Yeah.
I thought, and Hope actually brought it up, that element of surprise.
Uh-huh.
It's not like they were in the square and she spotted
No,
him
she just-
and had a
yeah.
moment to process it.
She had no time to process
She had
it.
no time to process it.
We want to show a clip. This is our first experimentation with clip
clip showing
showing.
from the week.
So here we go. We have a clip of the epic scene.
I'm waiting. Tell me, what was it like to kill my Paigey?
Donovan. Eve, I understand you need something from me, but I don't have a good answer for why I did what I did. Never wanted to hurt your daughter. I like Paige.
Don't you Don't you say her name. Don't you dare say her name.
Ashamed of what I did. What I became. I could turn back time.
You can't. You took the one thing that was so precious to me in this whole world. And held it.
Oh,
Look
my
at
gosh.
you. Look at you. You get to be here on a beautiful summer
This
day
is-
in a beautiful park.
It's like
But
when
you
she
feel-
cries, I start
Oh
crying.
my God.
And now,
And you feel for the
And the
both
music,
of them.
yeah.
life.
Oh my
And
gosh.
the music, like it's
No,
so
you
intense.
Yeah.
The tension.
like a
is built.
thriller.
Yeah. You don't know what she's gonna do.
You killed my daughter. I know you deserve to die.
I was impressed with this. Getting him down like that. Holy macaroni.
Holy
And
cow.
Can I just say, the moment that got me was when he says her name, when Ben says Paige.
Yeah, and she.
And Cassie dePaiva had this guttural, like, and oh my, wow, I'm
She was feeling it,
bawling on
yeah.
the couch.
Cassie dePaiva is one of those actresses. When she cries, she makes you cry. And I remember when she first joined as Eve, and Eve was causing all this trouble and just very unlikable, was being nasty to everybody, and she got the news that she couldn't have her
Sing
throat
any
surgery.
longer, that's
yeah,
right.
she couldn't sing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she
yeah.
had this emotional response. And I remember I tweeted Cassie dePaiva. I was like, girl, that scene just turned me on to Eve's side, like just like that. Because you felt like she just conveys it so strongly that you feel it. You
Yeah.
feel for her. And so suddenly this character that I was like, she's so mean and nasty. And I was like, but oh, she's really,
I know.
Yeah, she's really devastated. And when I met her at Day of Days, I said, because it was the week before Day of Days, and she's like, I read your tweet. And I was like, oh, no, she read my tweet.
And I loved when, so she's on Ben and she's about to just crack a skull open with the coffee container. And Hope walks in and just stands there.
I know. What did Hope, the
She
police commissioner,
just
do?
Stood there.
And I think she was almost like frozen. I think she had a conflict. Well, she obviously
Clearly, yeah.
clearly she had a conflict, but she's like, and I think she kind of explained it a little bit. She's like, she lost her daughter, and I could have lost my daughter.
Oh, she's going to. She's convinced
by
that
the
she's
hands
going
of this
to
man.
lose her daughter
Yeah,
too.
by the hands of this man
Right.
that she's wailing on.
And I love that moment when Rafe called her on it.
Well, because she's like, can we talk about what happened?
Right. She's like, well, Eve lost Bubba. Like, no. We need to talk about what happened.
Yeah.
And that's just you just standing there as Eve's about to moida him.
Yeah, Moida.
So, yeah. That whole, kudos,
It was
Ron,
phenomenal, yeah.
writers,
Phenom-
cast, crew.
Yeah. The music they
Epic.
chose was
Epic
perfect. It
drama.
created a nice element of tension and drama, and it just was like you were glued to it. Like, I can't look away.
And what's interesting is I'm thinking, okay, Ben is strong. He can, I'm like, Eve, come on. Ben's strong. He's going to be able to get you off of him. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, yeah, but you've got the mother's adrenaline. You've got that adrenaline. And I think there was also a moment where he's thinking, I deserve this.
He was kind of in a
Right?
vulnerable
Like,
state. Yeah.
do whatever you want to do because at the end of the day, I deserve it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So good.
All right.
Then Sierra has moved back in to the loft.
To the loft.
Much to
Yeah.
the hooray of Trip.
To Trev.
And Claire is being a mature
We'll see how long that
lady.
lasts.
I know.
I know,
I'm
but,
like, you
it's
still got to
okay.
keep your one eye open. You're like, okay. But their relationship, their friendship seems to be going on a positive track right now.
Yeah.
So, which is nice to see.
It is.
It is.
It's refreshing.
Exactly.
Jakes.
Refreshing. Exactly. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so
That was great.
good stuff. Good stuff. And then we have
Third line
the
of
Hardy
drama.
Boys of Salem.
Yeah. We have Will, Sonny, Paul, Ted again.
Ted,
and Ms.
he's
Kate.
everywhere.
Ms.
So
Kate.
it was revealed this week that Sir Ted was the one writing the
Did you see that? Was it Tony or somebody said they thought maybe Ted had something to do with.
I said that like
Were
3
you
weeks
the
ago.
one that said it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I brought it up. I was like, what about Ted? Do we think that he's, because when it first happened and we were kind of speculating on what could have happened to
Yeah.
him, I kind of said, well, maybe Ted had something to do with it. Maybe Ted and Leo have something. Maybe Ted plays for both sides.
Right.
Or something.
That's it. You were the one that said that because I remember
Yeah.
you saying that.
Yeah.
But you don't think Leo's alive? I don't think Leo's alive.
No, I think he's dead.
I think he's bye-bye.
Yeah. But I think Ted knows what they did, and
Yeah, might have
and
followed him. I mean, who knows?
We know
somehow.
We know Ted knows what
But
they
I
did.
love
We don't have to think
I
anymore.
love the fact that Will and Sonny were talking about the cutout letters. It's like, really?
They're like, didn't
It's
that
so
stop
dramatic.
didn't that stop in the 30s? He
In the-
said something
in
like, didn't that stop in the 30s?
I love that. It's like,
Yeah.
at least they're addressing how ridiculous.
Right. He could have just
that
printed it
method
out.
was. That was awesome.
But I do like that they're doing that. It was like,
I do too.
like I also,
It harkens back.
it was the same thing when, what was going on? Oh, it was around Andre's murder, and someone wrote a letter in like bubble letters.
Yes.
I was like, that's funny. I like that. So yeah, and Will and Sonny, just a
In cahoots.
bit of advice. If you're gonna have a meeting about a secret and have the notes that some random person is sending you, maybe not have the meeting in public at the Brady Pub where anyone can walk in
I know.
and see you.
And I feel so bad. Because that's what's going to happen.
And it did. Of
Yeah.
course, who came in at the very end?
Of course.
Paul in his extra
And he
small
knows
t-shirt.
something. He knows something's going on.
Oh yeah, he's suspicious. He doesn't know what,
that
but
conversation
he's a PI now.
That
Like,
he,
yeah,
the
he's-
conversation that he and Kate had, and Kate said, no, and Paul said, secrets in a relationship. That's the beginning of the end. And Kate said, So yeah.
So that they were like, they're under the impression that Will's working on a story.
Yes.
So that's their kind of like suspicion. Like, okay, what's the story about? It's not really a story. So I had a point to make, and it went right out,
With
right
Will
out
and
of my
Sonny?
brain. So yeah, they're still trying to figure out who, and they actually mentioned that maybe Ted knows something, so they may be onto him.
Yes.
A little bit as well.
Yes.
As well. So we'll see what happens.
I love Kate and Ted together.
Kate and
I
Ted.
know. I don't know why Ted suddenly lit up for me. Now that he's got this devious side to him.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Okay. All right, we
this
see
will
you,
be
Ted.
good. We'll see ya.
All right.
We'll see ya.
I'm really bothered that I can't remember. Oh, maybe it's in my notes.
It'll come back.
It'll come back. It'll come back to me when I'm going to bed tonight, because that's whenever my head is clear. All right, so it's time for a little AfterBuzz business.
Yes.
Here at the network, we produce after shows for all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, comedy. There's no network that works harder to serve the television fans of TV shows. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. We hope that since we are on AfterBuzz TV Dramas, that you're already subscribed to AfterBuzz TV Dramas, because they do shows for all other kinds of dramas. If you like Days of Our Lives, they do Queen of the South, Black Mirror, The Affair. If you're more into the like comedy drama, like Claws, they do a show
Yes,
for Claws,
it's a great
Glow,
show.
the Netflix shows, all of them. So we have channels for all types of genres. So we ask that you go subscribe to a few.
Please
and
subscribe.
if you're worried about notifications, you're not going to get bombarded with notifications. They're completely optional. It's at your demand, I'll say, if that makes any sense. So it's easy. Just hit the subscribe button, and you'll get a much, much easier AfterBuzz experience. And if you let us know how we did in the comments, we'll mention you on the air. You get a little 15
shout out.
15 seconds of fame. How about that? So thank you for being the best fans. We promise to continue to do our best to serve you. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for watching all the other AfterBuzz shows, and just subscribe and
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe. Yep. Alrighty. So got some tidbits going
I know.
on.
Starting with John and Marlena, Eric and Brady.
And their wedding.
It was so funny when John and Marlena are in the square, and like, okay, this mission could backfire.
And I was like, what do they do?
Is this
I was like,
another
what-
storyline?
what's this shtick going
I know.
on?
It was so super cute. So super cute.
You think this wedding's going to be epic? Like I
nothing,
feel like
nothing bad's gonna happen.
I feel
though,
like
right?
Days is gonna put some money into
I hope
this.
so. I can't wait to see what she wears.
Okay, if Marlena gets kidnapped, I'm gonna be really
No.
mad. Yeah, exactly.
No. I really think they're going to give Marlena and John
Their
the
wedding.
moment that they deserve.
They need to, John and Marlena.
Yes.
for all the weddings they've had that have been cocked up for some reason. They need a wedding that is just a smooth, no drama, no nothing. We've heard rumors about what's going to happen. You know, who knows? But
I did have a thought. I wonder if I should I share the thought? No, don't share it.
Just leave it up to...
Just leave it up. All right, okay, we'll see.
Leave it up in the air. Okay. But I do think it's going to be epic. I do think that Days really put a lot of effort behind this wedding, and I'm anxious to see, because the build up to it, it's a slow build up. A lot of times now with the weddings, it's like they get engaged and then like 2 weeks later they have a wedding at, you know, the town square, or a wedding someplace where you're not really...
Where are they getting married again?
Did they say?
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I don't know. I would assume St. Luke's. I would assume they would make the effort and put the St. Luke's thing, like they did last year for the double wedding. That was like the big wedding last year, and that was epic too. So I'm hoping we get, you know,
we shall see.
A classic soap opera wedding with a great gown and, you know, touching vows.
Of
and
all
that.
Of course. So, and I'm glad that Brady and Eric, for the moment, you know, have made their peace, and they're going to walk Mama down the aisle, or walk Marlena down the aisle.
Put their differences aside.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, enjoy it while you can,
brothers,
guys.
And be brothers.
Enjoy it while you can.
So that was that.
And then we've got Miss Kayla and her bionic man.
The bionic eye.
I wanted the special effects, the bionic.
Started
the sound.
Started out a little dicey at first. Steve said he couldn't see, and they're like, no, his nerve. The
optical nerves are inflamed, and they need time to heal.
Yeah, exactly. The optical nerve, and by week's end, he could see again.
Such a perfect moment.
That was a great moment.
Oh my God, when they're
like
talking
Stella,
about their wedding from 30 years ago, and she's talking about her white dress, and then
it seems like that. It seems like that. Why Stella is to this day, after 30 years, still like a couple to ship.
And
you know?
When he says your white dress was beautiful, sweetness, but I love you in red, it's like perfect segue.
Yeah,
I was all crying. This is an emotional week.
They're okay, so Steve is John's best man, because that played into the John and Marlena. Steve is John's best man, and Kayla is maid of honor.
Maid of honor.
I'd be mad if I was
like matron of honor, right? She's not, because a maid
is a single?
infers a single.
Oh, so maybe a matron?
It's matron.
Maybe it is matron.
Technically, she's a matron of honor.
Okay, she's a matron of... It's going to be Kayla. I'd be mad if I was someone like Belle, or like, you didn't ask me. So, I guess Belle's always a bridesmaid. Once a bride, then always a bridesmaid. So, yeah. So we had that, and then we had Mama Bear Jennifer.
I'm telling you, Miss Jennifer, I am loving every single moment of you.
Oh my God, I was Jennifer
every single moment.
Number one fan this week. I was her number one fan this week.
They called her the Beast.
And she was.
They called her the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I love it that she called that guy in and was like, "Oh, I'm a reporter. Until I have all the facts." She knew what, But then, you know, you kind of felt bad for the guy because he needed the money.
And I wasn't sure if he was giving her a sob story.
Right.
It's like, is he smart enough to make this up, or is he like?
Really, or is this a story that was given?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But this seemed like the real deal. Mm-hmm. He really needed the money.
Yeah.
So that was a good moment. I'm glad she was compassionate with him.
Yeah.
And it's not his fault.
She was compassionate, but also like she was like, I know. But I will have to run the story.
Exactly.
Like she was compassionate, but then she was also had to remind.
She
had to remind him, I will take you down.
I will take you down.
Like this is my son we're talking about.
Yes.
And I love Mama Bear Jennifer. We've seen Mama Bear Jennifer in the past. She's ferocious. She's don't mess with my kids.
Yeah.
And it's so great.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Tenacious.
Tenacious. And then
tenacious.
She was able to go to Brady and say like, I know who did it. And then there was this scene, you know, Maggie caught Arturo.
Talk about tenacious. Mm-hmm. So, aren't you going to introduce me to your friend, Victor?
And so
and what did you say you were working on, Victor? I didn't.
She plays that. Suzanne Rogers plays that so perfectly because she knows he's doing stuff he's not supposed to do.
Yeah, as usual.
And it's just her kind of sass comes through.
And then Maggie having lunch with Jennifer and the way the whole thing unfolded.
Yeah, like who's that?
It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. The pacing was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was phenomenal.
And then we saw Eve after her confrontation with Ben.
Oh, my living
go to
word,
Victor.
coming in for that drink. I would have just started drinking from the bottle.
I would have poured a glass, taken the bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah. So So she and Victor are having a conversation about what went down and hiding the drugs. And then we hear a voice, and I don't know why, the soap opera fan in me should have expected this. We hear Jennifer's voice, and I can't remember what the line was.
Well, Eve said, "Don't worry, Victor. I can handle Jennifer Horton."
Oh, that's right. And
Can you really?
And so we think now
So
Jennifer
good.
knows A to Z.
Yeah.
She knows that it was Victor it was Eve's idea. Victor spearheaded it, and now she's.
But how is this going to play out? Okay.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Hopefully JJ gets his job back.
Well, I think he's already getting his job back because the guy who planted the drugs is going to go to his supervisor.
Is going to, but did he?
Well, he's going to free up JJ, so
Right.
he should get reinstated.
He should.
He should.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
But that hasn't happened yet. I didn't miss that.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It hasn't happened yet. It's inferred that he's going to get his job back.
It's in process.
Yes, it's in process.
In process. All right.
All right.
So
Now
there was one other thing I wanted to point
What?
out. There was a conversation between Ted and Kate, and this is just something like that fans are gonna like. You hear and you're like, oh, I see what you did there, writers. So there was a scene between Ted and Kate was telling Ted that the lawsuit had been dropped and
Okay.
that Chad was in like Flynn.
Oh my God, I have that in my notes. Chad is in like Flynn.
And that's his Twitter,
Yes,
his
that's
Instagram, in
exactly.
like Billy Flynn. So I was like, good for you writers for sticking a little something in there that we're like, we see you. So yeah, I thought that was cute.
Now it's time for one of our favorite parts of the show, our segments. And
Yes.
Tony will actually discuss in next week's show his 3 snaps.
His 3 snaps. He is off
Right.
filming.
He's working.
He's working.
Yes, he's a working
Congratulations,
boy.
Tony. We didn't address that at the beginning of the show.
didn't.
I realized. We apologize, Tony. You are here in spirit.
Yes.
Your sass has evolved into me for today somehow. I don't know how. But yeah, we hope he'll be back next week, and maybe he'll post his 3 snaps on social if he gets a.
We shall see,
moment.
but he's
We'll
working
see.
on it.
But yeah.
So we will go.
And we should shout out James Lott Jr.,
Yes.
who's still on the mend.
Yes,
and,
getting better
we're
every day.
Sending new thoughts every day, and we hope to see you back at this desk sometime
Yes,
soon.
the fans miss you.
Yeah.
James, they tweet, and when have you seen it? The fans miss you. So
Yeah.
hurry up and get well.
He's slowly but surely.
yeah.
Yeah, so good for him.
So we'll go next into Designer Days.
There's Tony right there.
Yes.
He's with us.
And I want to give a shout out to the wardrobe folks this week because you guys worked your butts off. There were so many choices to choose from, which I am forever grateful for. It gives me a lot to work with. But I had to go with, Miss Nadia Bjorlin in this magenta fuchsia sheath summer frock. She looks amazing.
You can't just say purple.
Purple? What is it? Purple? No, I
My
don't know.
eyes see
I think it's
purple,
more
but-
like a fuchsia because
Fuchsia,
it's like
okay.
a pink thing to it. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
the ruffles, and she's got the ruffle on the top, and she's got the ruffle on the bottom, and it's
Nice toned
form-fitting.
arms on display.
She looks fantastic.
She
So
looks good.
you need this kind of fantastic dress to break up these two brothers, and she was dressed for the occasion. So thank you, Nadia Biolin, for Designer Days. And next we have
Caption that.
Alrighty. This week's photo was a photo of Hope having some cake, something.
No, it was rice. It was,
Right?
it was,
Was
a
that the
sticky
sticky
rice?
rice?
Or
Was that
something.
the sticky rice?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
a sticky rice.
So she's eating and giving old Rafe a look that he's looking down and oblivious to. So of all the captions, it was Janie. That's not her. Janie Dalrymple on Facebook, and it says, "Eating crow sucks." Which we know she will have to do eventually
Yes.
when it comes out that Ben did not start the fire. So congratulations, Janie, for this week's Caption That.
Yay!
Caption
there were
There you go.
there were actually a couple that mentioned Hope eating crow, but Janie was the first one, so I picked her.
And next we have our fan of the week.
DISHIN Days Fan of the Week. Woohoo!
Okay, so fan of the week is off of our iTunes site, and this is going to Jean, signed True Fan Forever. She says, I just have to tell you, you all are crazy.
A little bit.
Y'all are crazy, and I love your show.
In a good way.
Lots of times I feel the same way you do about the storylines and the writers. I love Tony's 3 Snaps Awards and Mark's quote of the week. I really miss James Lott Jr.'s look who's related, because we all know how Day's family history can be complicated.
Incestuous.
Yes, I love it when he makes a guest appearance. I've been listening to and or watching your show for a long time now. You've gone through quite a few changes, but I love your newest group. I think me, Tami, and Michael are a great mix. Adding them is a
wholeheartedly
great
agree.
mix. I like all the new stuff you added to, like fashion segment, and Michael's caption that. And of course, fan of the week. Also love the guests. You have a very entertaining show, and you make me laugh. I'm a true fan. Y'all get 5 stars from me. Keep on DISHIN Days, and I'll keep watching. Jean, a true fan forever.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you so much.
And we're a true fan of yours now.
sure,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We like to hear that
We
we're
do.
we're making a
We're doing a good job.
Yeah.
There's people watching.
And yeah, we're a little crazy sometimes. Excuse me, crazy sometimes, but it's okay. All right, so now it's my favorite part.
Yes.
Because I get to talk news and gossip. I get to talk all the time. I don't know why I said that. I'm a chatty Cathy. Alrighty, so it was a siblings' birthday week this past week, as Martha Madison, who plays Bale, and Eric Martzoff plays Brady, half siblings, both celebrated their birthdays this past Friday.
Such
so
great photos.
Happy birthday! Hope you guys enjoyed your day, and a happy birthday today to one of our favorite vets, Brian Datillo.
Yay,
he plays
Brian.
Lucas. He
Happy
is celebrating
birthday.
his birthday today, and just recently celebrated his 25th year playing Lucas Horton, formerly Lucas Roberts. So happy birthday to everybody. Hope you're having a great day, Brian. Hope you had a great day, Eric and Martha. Coming up on August 11th, if you want to meet the cast of Days of Our Lives, you'll have the chance at the Park Meadows Mall in Denver, Colorado. You can follow NBC Days on Instagram and Twitter for details and cast attendees who are yet to be announced. But that's August 11th, Park Meadows Mall, Denver, Colorado.
Nice.
All right. Got some casting news. Another Horton is coming back to Salem.
Yes.
Soap Opera Digest reports that the former Bold and the Beautiful actress Lindsay Godfrey.
Love Lindsay Godfrey. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so exciting.
I don't say this to be shady. I don't know. I don't watch her show.
I'm a
but
Bold and Beautiful fan,
Okay.
so that's what she's known for.
all I've read is praise. So
she's
I'm
phenomenal.
confident
She's
she'll be
phenomenal.
a good addition. She'll
And
be
perfect
playing.
Horton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm so excited.
Okay. She'll be playing Maggie's daughter, Sarah Horton, who was last seen, according to Soap Opera Digest, in 1991. Greg Vaughn, who plays Eric, told Soap Opera Digest she's sweet, adorable, and perfect. You can look for Lindsay playing Sarah this fall. Lastly, if you have not done so yet, I don't know why you wouldn't have, but if you haven't done so yet, head over to our friend Jen Lilly's website and sign up for her free email newsletter. Her website is jenlillymusic.com. You'll get exclusive sneak peeks of new music. You'll get pre-sale ticketing info whenever she does shows. You'll get special announcements of her online store and a chance to win an autographed copy of Jen's album. So go sign up, jenlillymusic.com.
Yay.
Go right now. It's free. It's free, and you get some news from her.
She's amazing
She
talent.
is. She's a
Her
nice
music,
lady.
yeah. She's a nice lady.
All right, and that was all the news and gossip I had for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot. And
That
you
was
know,
a lot.
one other birthday that I guess today too is Kevin Spiritus' birthday.
Yes, Kevin Spirit. I
Yes.
texted him earlier.
Did you?
I did.
I sent him a little happy birthday note.
Oh,
so,
nice. Yeah, he's a good
Tell
guy.
him happy birthday.
I will. Hope he's in New York right now. So
He is in New York.
He's in New York. He's like he's like the definition of like bi-coastal because he's so LA in some ways, but he's so New York in some ways too. And he can do, but I personally prefer the LA the LA vibe versus the New York vibe. I can visit New York, but I can never live there.
Right.
But Kevin does the bi-coastal thing very, very nicely.
I could do the bi-coastal thing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, we have the promo for the promo for next week.
Let's do the promo.
Let's watch what's
So
going to happen
beautiful.
on
Look at
this
that.
week's Days of Our Lives.
Will you do me the honor of becoming my wife?
Please,
Uh-oh.
sit down.
Ever have one of those
What?
days
You're a bigger idiot than I thought you were.
that just don't go as planned?
You don't have anywhere else to go, do you?
A serial killer.
NBC.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What is happening in Salem?
She turns him down.
No.
I can't believe that. At least that's what it appeared. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's deceptive advertising, but it looked like.
Oh my living word. Okay, I
Oh.
did not expect any of
Yeah.
that.
And then the frying pan.
But I love Jen's dress, so she might have it for she might have it for next week. Designer Days. We'll
I
see.
thought you were gonna pick Maggie. I
Oh,
was
well,
watching
you know,
it. And
I was going to, but you know, I saw Chloe's dress first because that was on Wednesday. So I'm like, okay, no reason for me to wait until Friday.
Right.
And then I did see Maggie. I'm like, oh,
she looked good. That blue
so good.
and her hair was
I know.
done like the hair people, the Days of Our Lives hairstylist.
It's perfectly
Trip,
coiffed.
Look,
Maggie. Oh my god, I can't believe what did she grab, a frying pan or something?
It's a frying pan.
Oh my god.
She does the like a Looney
Poor
Tunes.
Ben. He's
I
oh
know.
my okay. Oh, next week's gonna be so
If I
good.
was Ben, after that, I'd be like, you know what?
I'm leaving town.
I don't think Salem's for me. I'm gonna go find my sister in New York, and I'm gonna sleep on her couch, because I know she won't hit me with a frying pan or
my
beat me
gosh.
with a coffee mug.
That is
Wow.
it.
So yeah,
That
good
is
week.
it. It was a great
Great
week, and
week.
it's going to get better and better. It's a summer in Salem. It's
Summer
going to be
in
hot.
Salem, yeah,
Hot,
and
hot.
it's. I think it's going to be a lot of from now on a lot of lead up to the
wedding.
Jarlena wedding,
Yes.
which is in
Yes.
which is supposed to be in August. So coming up soon.
It's next, a few days.
Yeah, a few days.
So where can folks find you,
Oh,
sir?
you can find me at my house. I don't know. No,
Yeah.
you can find me when I'm not at home or on the go. You can find me on Twitter at mlmattis1 or on Instagram at mlmattis, where I post photos mostly of my dog.
Aw, Bimby. You can find Dishin Days on Twitter at _ Dishin Days, and then on Instagram and on Facebook at Dishin Days. Please tell everyone, follow,
Like,
subscribe.
share,
Yes.
engage.
Engage.
Yes, we love engagement. We love interacting with y'all.
And you can also find me on social media. On Twitter, you can find me at Tami Goveia, and on Insta and Facebook, Tami Goveia Official. Yeah. That's it.
All right, that's our show.
Guys, we will see you.
Thanks for tuning in.
next
We'll see you
week.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.